On doing so, your token changes from a Phoenix token into a blank powerless token.
So Jamie's a Phoenix.
At this point, I should probably mention you can ask me questions privately if you don't want to announce to the world who you are.
What about all the rest of the powers?
Nobody's any one of the others.
Is there air conditioning?
No.
Yeah. Is this like a drinking game? Is there tequila in there? Chris, is there any tequila in there?
Maybe.
Like a lava sugar cup.
It is really small. Yeah, it's around our house. Yeah.
But no, not in this room.
I had to
out there.
Just testing.
Can't do that.
So just testing to find out like, if we share our team. I got a lot of years of work. If we share our team, we can't tell what team.
When he throws everything, it's like
Allow me to explain one more very critical thing to note. You can say anything you want whenever you want, including announcing to the world, everybody, I'm the Red Vindictive player. Here's the problem. You can't show anyone anything unless you're on the same physical island as the other person. So I can lie.
Justin, ask your question again.
So I can be like, hey, I'm a red player. You're probably a red player too. Come over here. Let's have a big red player party. Over here. Hi, I did red players. I'm unclean. We're all dead. And I just wiped out like 3 or 4 members of the other team at the cost of 1, which is a great deal if I'm unclean. Or other nasty things. The thing is that you can say whatever you want, but you can only prove that you're something if you're on the same island as someone else and you decide to share with another player. But then what they share,
You can't lie about that.
the only thing you're not allowed to lie about is that you can make any kind of deal you want. The deal's only binding if you're on the same physical island as someone else.
If you have like 4 kill balls in last house, I have to share it. Can I like just share it?
Whatever deal you want to make, you can make.
Okay.
However many.
Yes.
Why none of the other powers?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. And I noticed some islands are multi-level. Does that mean something?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Maybe that's the most extreme.
I just noticed because Hillary decided to tower over all of us.
I mean, you know, I'm sure there's nothing else, and I'm intentionally obscuring part of the game so that we don't get people even more confused. But don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
We're like hit bumping people all the time.
Well, the idea is you don't kill people who are on your team, but anyway.
So I didn't know we tell each other what we are.
Then the game begins, if there are no more questions. In 7,
Am I supposed to move?
6, you don't have to if you don't want to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
I don't know, but stop it. Whatever it is you're doing, don't do it.
Whenever you just wait for an island to sing.
Name one round one.
Don't be sneaking over here.
Y'all already ate it
Hell,
up.
you want to do something?
I don't think
I'm gonna wait till the last second.
Now you only have a question of do I need to
Encourage your friends. No, I'm just saying, just stay right here.
Why don't you come on over? We'll talk to you. Why don't you come on over? We'll talk to you.
You're singing the song by now. It's a bonus item.
35 seconds.
It's a good pick. No.
30 seconds!
Encourage your friends.
How's it going?
10 seconds!
No.
5 seconds!
She killed us. Just waking up goddamn
I'm unclean!
You guys are still alive. The guard is
Do not move!
I'm not playing. The timer already ended. We'll play another round. It's okay.
I All right. That's the end of round 1. You cannot share cups with your friends anymore. You cannot move to islands.
Excellent play. It's a little too short.
All right. Meanwhile, all dead players, you now get to go do something. Sorry.
Does it include
Go make a decision. All right. So, now, here's what happens. We are in between rounds. It's the end of round 1. All dead players will now go make a decision that impacts all of you. While they make that decision, one of these islands was the breathing, pulsating bonus island. Everyone on that island will now gain a bonus.
overachievers?
Hook me up.
Come on. Unless they're on separate. What is the
You two are the
bonus?
bonus island. Who comes back from the dead?
I don't understand.
What is the bonus?
No, I mean, you can gain a person to come back from the dead.
Who's out?
Oh, is anybody out there?
Yes. Never figure out.
Well, you have the 9 second window to move.
You can ask for advice from this group.
Do we both get it?
Yes.
Rhonda killed Joy.
Nice. You can also choose no one if you want to hit your.
What? I'm going to hang on to. I can go to hang on to.
I'd like to get that.
Alright, so I say I bring Joyce back.
And?
We'll go Julie.
Boom.
Joyce and Julie have been resurrected.
I wonder if they picked like whatever they're supposed to pick. And now they're like, dang it.
Go back to the bonus island.
They're all turning on.
Yes. They're coming back.
Who did the resurrecting?
Wow. I don't know, this was an interesting decision.
So,
Go for it.
the ghosts are making their decisions, and now they finally finished.
Yay!
All right, so the ghosts have finally made up their minds, and they decided that they want to award a fireball bonus to one of you. Before they do that, though, I'm going to explain a super important thing, which you guys might want to know about. These are fireballs. Fireballs are a special ability. If you throw a fireball at an island, that island sinks in a matter of seconds. If you throw a fireball at a sunk island, the island comes back up instantly. Fireballs are one-time use. The minute they hit the lava, the wall, or anything else, they're dead balls and do nothing. If a fireball hits a person, nothing happens.
Ow!
If you catch a fireball in midair, it's yours. The ghosts have decided to award a fireball bonus to you.
Right, good job, Ghost.
The ghosts also think there are way too many islands. And so they're going to sink some. 2 islands will sink, and you'll have 3 seconds to get off of them. And the second round will begin, and you can move freely in 7, 6, 5, watch your island, 4, 3, 2, get ready to run, 1, go, go, go!
3, 2, 1.
Dad, go on, too slow. Too slow, Dad. Sink, 3, 2, 1, island sunk. Dad, well, go, you can share.
I can't go back.
Go, Dad.
Are we still playing?
Oh, that's right.
Kentucky Fried, you're
I hit this with the fireball.
You did, but there's only one fireball.
No, I
this one right here?
Yes, killed you. I got knocked off of this one.
Did I just get it or?
That's okay, sorry.
Toga!
Well
Vindictive.
Game 1, round 2.
Dad.
Move between
Dad by
others.
Vindictive.
Oh, you can't kill him already,
We're literally just
Okay, you kill me, so that means I get to kill
Then you have died man. You are standing in love.
He got
Man, this is true.
Yes, he does.
Vindictive. Come this way. Yeah, that way.
Dead by Vindictive.
Can your coin help you?
It's okay.
I have one as well.
Oh, not right now. Head this way, sir. Very good.
All
Very
right, what do
good.
you do?
Kevin.
Freeze! Do not
Kevin!
move. And your
Dead
brother
by
do
Vindictive,
not
he kills
move.
you.
Oh, wait.
No, you're still
Wait.
not.
Phoenix, head that way.
Everyone, three!
Do not move! Do not move!
Cannot move.
All right, so he's a phoenix. Go back to any island you want.
Nice try.
Don't bring
Oh,
up the
dude, I
island.
tried.
All right, go back. Go make a decision. Meanwhile, while
I need to know what
we are in between rounds,
Killing you or not.
you cannot move between islands. You cannot share tokens. We're in between rounds. When the buzzer goes off, you can't do anything else. But the ghost making a decision, you'll be able to share tokens next round. But also, one of these islands is a meeting pulsating bonus island.
Yeah.
Hello. You are on the bonus island. Who comes back from the dead?
Danny,
And
we're on the same team.
Julie.
Julie.
Are you guys on the same team?
Danny and Julie been
Always.
resurrected.
Always.
Yeah!
Julie, way to go.
Sweet.
What should
Okay.
happen?
And I
Go back to the bonus island.
Get back to life.
Go back to the
Oh,
bonus
that's
island.
right. You gotta get on the
This is
same
Danny and
team.
Julie.
bonus
Back to the bonus island.
Julie, there's this.
bonus island.
There's
You're
a
at the
there's
bonus
one.
island.
Before
Welcome back to
Oh.
life.
you know, it's gonna be that one over there.
Surprised to being resurrected. Did you get crammed on this little tiny island with us?
I forgot
All
about
right.
this rule.
Remember, you can't share tokens. Do not move between islands. You can
We
talk
have
and
to,
make
we
any kind
have
of
to
deal
move
you
it.
want.
Yeah, when it's.
Yeah, the other move because we gotta get space enough not to get
Where do I
trapped.
want to go to?
Meanwhile, while the ghosts are making up their minds as to what they want to do, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a pro strat tip. You can make any kind of deal you want. The most common deal, of course, is, hey, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. But you can make other kinds of deals too. For instance, hey, I'll show you both sides of my chip if you kill him. Or other kinds of deals. For instance, hey, I will tell you what I saw on his chip if you let me go through your arm without shoving me. Any kind of deal you want to make, you can make, as long as both players agree to it. The important thing to note is that the deals are only binding if they're made on the same island as the person that you're making it with. So, I can make deals with you, but I'm not held to them unless you're on the same island when we both agree.
I don't know.
Okay.
We're not.
All right?
We don't know.
Oh, very cozy.
The ghosts have decided to award a fireball bonus to you.
Oh, Chrissy's got a bonus?
The ghosts have also decided that there are way too many islands.
Oh, no.
So they're going to sink some. Islands will sink, and the second round begins. A third and final round begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Round begun. Dad, too slow. Dad, too slow.
Again.
Any powers? Cross the wall again if you can.
What now?
So you have a power.
No,
We're
it's
trapped.
power.
Yeah, so are you all on the
So
same
go on.
team?
You move freely.
Yes. And I'm
Alright,
back here.
king.
We will show
Oh,
you.
maybe you should 60 seconds.
Remember, the fireball can bring
If we're
up
on
or
the
down
same
an
team,
island.
Bring up an
then
island,
we use
bring up
that
an
to
island.
give us an island back, or we just use it to stay safe, right? If we're not, then you do
This is
whatever.
the last
but it's
round.
better than killing each other if we are on the same team.
Now she tries to.
Okay, here,
she
come
knows
over
best.
here and we'll share info.
Okay.
Final round.
Don't
Oh wait, I can't go until he says it's coming.
No, we can, right?
We're going.
We're going. We can move.
We've been going.
Dad!
Dad,
I don't know what team they're on.
30 seconds.
do you have any powers at work?
What'd you say?
Yes,
I don't know what team you're on.
Who dies with you?
Red King, doesn't matter.
He does.
Dad by
It
Vindictive.
does matter because if you're off,
You
if
say?
you're not on our team, then you definitely need to
Yeah,
die.
the Phoenix.
20 seconds.
But if I did,
I'm gonna bump you if you don't tell me.
But if I come over there on the wrong team, you're gonna bump me anyway.
Potentially, potentially not.
10 seconds.
Come on.
I keep getting jumped out.
No way.
I did say I was going to die.
Game over in 5, 4,
You
3,
I think
2,
you're
1.
not
Okay, that's it. That's the end of the game.
Yay! Okay, let's see if we're on the same page
Let's
now.
see what happened.
I feel like we have a good shot.
Show me your entire chip.
We're in trouble.
Flip.
Oh.
1 point for red team.
I know.
Flip. That is a point for red team. Flip. That is a point for black team. Flip. That is a point for red team. That is a red Mad King. Flip. That is a point for black team.
See, I was right.
And a point for black team.
I was
3-5.
right.
All red players win. Chip's back to play again.
I knew
Play
that
again.
share with you guys. You know, wrong color in your
Can't choose the Mad King.
I know, I was just telling you what was Mad King.
I know. I heard you say it, and I'm like, oh my God.
I'm the Mad
And I
King.
almost said me too. And I'm like, wait, no.
I'm the Mad King.
That's right, you can lie. I forgot about
You
it.
didn't.
I should have just come over there and bumped you off. I should have done it like that.
I know. It's hot in here.
It's the lava.
All right. We are going to play this game again. All the rules are exactly the same. The only difference is I'm throwing in some new powers.
Oh, great.
We're not playing with the liars. The liars are a bit tricky. I recommend you pay close attention. This player is on red team. This player is on black team. The power of the liars, they're on the opposite of the team listed. Use this fact to gain friends and then kill them. Once again, this player looks like they're on black team, but they're actually on red team. This player looks like they're on red team, they're actually on the black team. They're on the opposite of the team listed. You now no longer can trust people who share your color.
Unless you make them show you both sides, which you totally am.
Yes.
I mean, if you won't, then I know.
That's right.
You're not playing with the clerics. The clerics are very interesting because they have 2 powers instead of just 1. The first power of the cleric is that upon death, the cleric may immediately go into the Deadlands and select any 2 people to replace them.
When they die?
Upon their death, in any way, shape, or form, they may immediately resurrect any 2 players to replace them.
Can they select themselves?
They may never select themselves.
Can you talk color in the Deadlands?
So, you can say whatever you want in the Deadlands, but you may never share in the Deadlands. For those of you who are thinking, wow, I totally ruined that rule last game, yeah, we know. We let it slide for the first game. Okay, so, do we have all chips back, by the way?
No, I got one.
Thank you.
I should have just
Ace of the sleeve, Pop.
So,
I'll tell you
What was that power again?
be sure that you find out who your friends are before you get killed, because otherwise you're going to be in for a hard time in the Deadlands. Now, one more thing. Clerics, occasionally, I will call out to the clerics. And when I do, they may nominate 1 person to come back from the dead in addition to everything else. But don't worry about that. I'll talk about that later. Point is, find your cleric and become best friends forever. Because that way you'll have someone who can bring you back from the dead when you take an unfortunate step. Draw 1 from the bag, share with no one yet. If you have questions, I strongly recommend asking now. Make it to turn it down a little.
Make it cooler. You're in
Let me see. I'll see what we can do. All right, it's an old building. We do our best.
I could. That would be 23.
Building Island was made in 1960.
Good year.
Were you made in 1960?
Yes. You and my mom.
You should have said grandma.
I think that's what we call a burn. Get it? Because the floor was lava.
Waka waka.
All right, so. And now. Yeah, the question is which one dates you more? All right, so. And now the game begins shortly. Any last questions? Regrets?
Is there a question we should ask?
What are the questions we don't know we need to ask?
Is there a question I should be asking?
I'm going to be the enforcer. I got a new role. Enforcer. Such a cheat
As long as they mutually consent, we can share.
The game has not begun yet.
We haven't shared yet.
I didn't understand that. We're just discussing.
Okay.
All right. Well then, since everyone seems to understand perfectly because of the questions, that's great.
Okay.
Game begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hurry.
What are we?
If you don't share me, I'm going to bump you up and I'm going to super hit on
You can't. I can
Away from that. You said that last time. You can't say that every time. That's bonus already.
Bonus
That's
on the
Bonus Island.
Just call it 2 round 1.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you have to.
Any powers?
None of that. You shall have no shenanigans.
I'm also vindictive.
So
I'm going to take
5 seconds! I'm like, hurry. I'm like anybody. I'm like
20 seconds.
Wow, that was cheap. But it works.
right here.
Yeah, no, it does.
15 seconds!
I'm out. Too many people over here.
You are standing alone. Come this way, come this way. Very good.
5 seconds!
What is this?
That's still the bonus island over there.
Bonus.
3!
Do not move. Do not move. Do not move. All right, so that's the end of round 1. Do not move. Do not share tokens. All right, but feel free to make any kind of deal you want still. Anyways, we are now in between rounds, which means that one of these islands is the bonus island. Hello.
Hello.
You turned the bonus island. Who comes back from the dead?
I didn't see who went out.
I'll probably figure out then.
Who's back there? And Hillary's out there. No, Hillary's here. Joyce. Oh, Hillary came back.
Looks like Joyce and Rhonda.
Rhonda, Joyce.
How many are out there? How many?
There was someone else that was.
I heard that. I heard that.
What did they say?
They're plotting against me.
I bet.
Nikki is not in there.
I'll take Rhonda back.
Nikki's gone.
And
Who else? I think we're missing Jordan.
Why do I think we ain't going to get us going around one?
go back to the
Hit
bonus
back
island.
might be something.
I couldn't do anything.
This way.
Which one?
The lasers.
Right
Over here, ladies.
Yeah, go over there.
Oh, they both have to get on there though, remember?
Huh?
They both have to get on there.
Over and over.
At least that one's not.
Everyone's getting all cozy out there. We're good. We're good. This wasn't as bad as everything we do when we first got going. No. Oh, yeah. Who? I mean, we are. Who are you talking to? I don't know. We are, yes, we are.
Alright, so you
Oh, I
cannot
know.
show, you can talk about whatever you want. Including saying things like, I saw her ship, she's on the black side. Again.
She is on the black.
What do you know?
The ghosts will make a decision. Remember also, the correct answer to the question of what team are you on is always yours.
Oh. Even if we're different colors. We're not going to maybe don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, while we're waiting for the ghosts to make up their freaking minds, a public service announcement for industries. Are you small? Are you worried about people squishing you? Well then, we have an amazing new technology for you. It's called sitting down. Sitting down is perfectly legal. You can do it whenever you want to.
Maybe you can get off an island in 3 seconds if you're sitting down.
Feel free also to use your fingers to lock yourself onto an island. As long as you don't touch the lava, it's perfectly legal. Don't worry, there are probably no downsides to this.
Probably no downside. Wait a minute. Except that then we can't get back up.
Yeah. But then you start bleeding, you have to, jump.
Anyways, the ghosts have decided, finally, to award a fireball bonus to you. And you. And now, the ghosts also think that there are way too many islands. So they're gonna sink some. 2 islands will sink. And the second round begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Begin. 90 seconds.
3, 2, 1, slow. Any powers?
Oh, yes, I'm the cleric.
Okay, who was our queen?
So, resurrect.
Queen 2,
Yes, you bring back that island, right? Well, yeah, you could bring that back to
we're going, people. You can move freely and share.
65. Suddenly we're going to sink. What's up with this?
Well, that sort of thing. You know, if a large tech company funds us, then we'll happily make them after sink. But you got to come over to yeah.
45 seconds.
Yeah, we're going. Sinking. 3, 2, 1. Kevin's
I am vindictive. I'm going to
vindictive?
20 seconds. That way with me.
In the blue, Danny.
Sir, she has killed you. There's a power to do so. Come this way.
Okay.
Come this way, guys. Very good, very good.
You have power?
Ready?
We're still going. And bonus. Shoot that body.
5 seconds.
Everyone on it.
3. Just the end of round 2.
All right. Do not move. Do not share tokens. That's the end of round 2. Now, now all players with bonus. I'm seeing a bonus. Hello.
Yeah.
You're the bonus island. Okay. Denise, you've been resurrected.
We're back.
Go back to the bonus island.
All of you.
We all have to go to bonus island?
Are we going to right here?
Cleric's choice.
Cleric's
Cleric's choice?
Oh.
Of island.
Can't step on that at all because it's...
But,
I'll focus.
I mean, this is pretty locked out.
Alright. Meanwhile, we are still in between rounds. Do not share tokens, do not move between islands. I'm now calling for the clerics. If you are a cleric, then you can resurrect one person at a time.
Are you a cleric?
If you're a cleric, you can resurrect an additional person at this time.
Are you the cleric? Speak up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Assuming there are no clerics in this room that want to use their power to help their team. Okay.
No, don't do that. Yeah, we're gonna have it. Come on!
Steven, do it to you.
It's like how you throw it at somebody does not. No, seriously, you have to get off the island and you so look at the island. If I hit your island, you're gone. The island sinks. The island sinks and they gotta get off.
Wait.
If you go back to there, you're gonna regret it.
I know.
All right, that is the all right. So ghosts are making their decision.
That guy right there.
This guy right here.
That guy.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna find out more.
Can I move you an ounce? I'm not sure token.
I'm sweet.
Yeah. What?
This is not right. I'm all by myself.
Which means that since he's all by himself, he gets extra powers and gets to do more stuff.
My power is I control IPI.
And now, the ghost decided to award a fireball bonus to you. And you.
Oh, man.
What are you supposed to do with this?
You can sink or raise islands with them.
Well, tell the ghost he needs to give me like this.
Well, he doesn't like you, I guess. I don't know. The ghosts also think there are way too many islands, so they're going to sink more than the average number of islands. More than 2 islands will raise your sink. In 5, 4, 3, 2, get ready to run. 1, go, go, go. One, get all of your toes. All of your toes. He was dead when you were shoving him.
Do I get to say no?
Yeah, that shove didn't count. You were dead when you were on there. So you had 1 foot there, 1 island
You
there.
had 1 foot in the grave.
Yeah, that works. Go back to the island. Dead. Bring back any 2.
So, there's no blue light connection.
No, yeah, you can't get over there. We're still going, people. We're still alive. You guys are stuck unless someone uses a fireball.
Is it all? Sure.
We don't have any.
45 seconds! Second, 3, 2, 1!
Dead, sunk islands. Dead, sunk islands. You guys with you? Any powers?
Danny's coming with me.
I'm clean.
30 seconds!
If you shout unclean when you're touching that. That's okay. You hit me into the freaking wall. That sounds unfortunate. Unclean works.
15 seconds!
But that doesn't work. He's already dead. So you can't do it. We're still going, people.
5 seconds!
Raise!
5 seconds to what?
Until the game's over. Freeze! That's the end of the game! All right, game over. Let's find out what happened. Show me your entire chip. That is a black Mad King worth 2 points! Yeah! That's a red Mad King worth 2 points! Show me your entire chip. That is that's a red player and a black player. Cancers out. No points. That is 2 black players, meaning that's a 1 point for black team.
Oh, that's 3. Come on, Red. Come on, Red.
Black with red.
You see? All right, so that is a red player and a black liar. Point for red team.
Yay!
That is a point for red team.
Yay!
Yep. That is a red player and a black liar. Point for red team. 3-5. All red players win.
So I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
So right there at the end,
Yeah.
I went out.
Yeah.
And I got 2 of them to send them back in.
Yeah.
We didn't count them.
Where did it go?
Well, I told you.
Yeah, the game was over.
Land
Time's
6.
up.
When the buzzer goes off, all powers must have been resolved.
Okay.
It totally would have swayed a lot of things, but also you're the red player, right?
Yeah.
You're
And you won anyway.
So you
Oh, I just wanted to see how.
Yeah.
okay.
We wanted to win by more.
Basically, what happens on that is there's a small grace period, but that was beyond the grace period.
Okay.
And you guys would have had the louder.
Well, Kevin, your team lost, right?
It's
We
back.
ended up with black.
Let's play one more. Let's play it one more time.
All right.
Oh.
No, it's just like, you don't have to pick what team you're on. Thank you.
I'm gonna stand up here because it's the only time in my life that I'm going to be taller than everybody else.
All right. This last game, we're just like the first two. All the rules are exactly the same. The only difference is I'm throwing in some extra powers. So, we're going to do something really special today too, because we're going to be playing with one of our new powers that we're testing out. And as such, I don't have a ticky thing for it yet, unfortunately. That being said, we're going to be playing with the burn. The burn is special. One of them, please. Thank you. All right. So the burn is very special because they're not on a team. Specifically, they're not on a team yet. They are on the neutral team until they are killed. If they get killed, then they go back to the person that killed them, either the vindictive that killed them, the unclean, or the person that shoved them. And they say, let me see your team. They see what team they're on, and then the burned is now on the opposite of that team. Then they go off to the Deadlands just like everyone else. But the next round they come back.
What if what kills them is the island going dead? So
then they're dumb. Then hopefully they'll get brought back, and someone else can kill them. What goes down is a fireball that was thrown at the island that sinks them. Then whoever threw the fireball is responsible for their death. If the ghosts sank islands, then so much for that. Now the burn comes back over and over again. It's like a phoenix, but it comes back at the beginning of every round. So you do not want to kill the burn player, because if you do, they're probably not going to be your friend. Also, give a size advantage to the other team. Finally, we're also playing with me. Yeah. They stay on the same team no matter what. Immediately upon being killed, they're on the opposite of that team for the rest of the game. Okay. Any questions on that? Is that simple enough? Yeah. All right, cool. We're also playing with the Guardian. The Guardian is very special because the Guardian is also not on a team, but they win. That's because they win automatically at the end of the game with the winning team, as long as they're still alive. And staying alive shouldn't be that hard because they cannot be killed by the vindictive. They cannot be killed by the unclean. They cannot be killed by the lava. They can walk through the lava. What?
Then this just means that the Guardian wins.
Yeah, it just means that they're just automatically win. What's the point of the Guardian? Here's the thing. There's only one way the Guardian dies. The Guardian dies if 4 or more players die in the same round. So they're going to use their hands and arms to shove players back onto islands, keeping as many of them alive as humanly possible. In order to help out the Guardian will have access to this, the Guardian's Blessing. The Guardian's Blessing is this laser pointer. It protects anyone whose beam is on from all lava effects for as long as it's on them. So for example, step into the lava. He's alive and totally fine. Oh, hey, help me. You're dead. So, it only breaks for as long as it's on you. If I'm trying to save you in the back, that's awesome, and it totally works, unless, someone in front blocks the beam, at which point he's protected, and you're not. Oh yeah, totally. The thing though is the Guardian, remember, can walk through lava, so it can just be like, no. And just go somewhere else.
So we tell you right away if we get the Guardians.
Oh yeah, the Guardian isn't what you would call a secret power. If you're the Guardian, you can come get your laser pointer when the round starts.
Come on, Guardian.
In case you're wondering, the laser pointer can't save you if you're already in the lava. So if someone's already in the lava, you're already dead. So a laser beam protecting you from lava doesn't help because you can't save a dead corpse. Guardian can only save one person at a time using the beam, partially because that's how the rules work, but mostly because that's how lasers work.
Question.
Answer.
Are we allowed to trade chips?
You may never ever trade chips, unless you have the power that we're not using right now.
Okay. Well, who's
You can get it later. All right. Game begins.
Denise needs your flashlight.
The game will begin, and round one starts. If you have any questions, ask now. In 5.
I'll go over there and we'll talk to Rita.
Is there an HR representative around here?
There is. Hey, we haven't started yet.
All right. Game begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Begin. Move between islands. Game 3 rounds.
Run around
85 seconds.
Remember, you use your body too.
Bonus island. Bonus
Yeah,
island.
you can share, you can talk, you can do whatever you want. That's the bonus island.
Take a look.
If you can go around there, game 3 round 1.
Yeah, I love you. Thank you.
Finally.
What?
Keep it on.
Remember, you can run around you now.
Encourage your friends. Oh, that's it.
20 seconds. Oh, dead.
You're dead, but you're safe. I'm sorry, you're saved by Guardian. You're saved by Guardian. Guardian was saving you, but you're toast.
I'm dead?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
For sure?
You have to love it. No. Guardian was saving you.
Then you try to
Just don't see both you choose. Yeah.
5 seconds.
Alright, that's the end of round 1. You can ask out share tokens. Guardian, 3 people died, which means you're still alive.
Where was I?
Three players died. Your cap is 4, which means you're still alive.
That's a great
Alright, you cannot share tokens. You have to move into islands. Hello. You're on the bonus island. You comes back from the dead.
Then we can put more people on the
This isn't a pop quiz. And ask who physically wants to come back from the dead.
Who's going to get one behind me?
Which is the dead player?
I'm putting that photo on the inside later.
You choose not to bring anyone back. You choose no one.
Sound off.
Oh,
Who's
they're
dead?
choosing no
No
one.
one? Okay.
Wow.
No, we're not. We have.
Strategic choices.
Alright, strategic. All the players from the dead island said it's not bringing any of you back.
It wasn't me.
Alright. We're playing over you, man.
What?
So we're
All right, so we're still in between rounds. Cannot move. Islands cannot share tokens.
Are you for real? She's going down.
This is uncomfortable. This heat, oh my god.
I don't know.
It's warm.
How did you even end up with that? I don't know, but I feel like I'm in a sweatshop.
She's good. Nick's good.
Nikki, we're in the right spot.
Oh yeah. I should mention, if you're having any problems with thermal issues, be sure to stand on that island.
That
Yeah.
Is that under the AC?
Yeah.
not. Trust me. It's not dying.
Where are we going?
The ghosts have decided to award a fireball bonus to you. And you. The ghosts have also decided that there are way too many islands. Back. And begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Shit, get off.
Dead.
I'm sorry, Paul.
That one died.
Any powers?
I'm gonna make that one die.
Shaking! As long as they don't change the light.
Wow. I'm afraid somebody will step in front.
Oh!
She's red.
Oh, he's dead.
She's red.
He's dead.
He's
Say
dead?
my guardian. Guardian saving me,
We
yeah.
go just wherever.
Any island you want.
Any island?
Remember, that's bonus sign over there.
Everyone's got to learn this lesson.
But you said it, right?
Yeah, that's allowed.
You're right.
But you know,
You're right. All right. I'm the guardian. Get on this one.
40 seconds. Yes. 30 seconds.
We're still going.
To get extra points or something, right?
Can I nudge people as a volunteer?
Oh, sure.
Like this?
Yeah. I mean, it's not in your best interest, but you can.
What's going on? 15 seconds.
Generally,
still moving,
homicidal
folks.
guardians don't last long. Just throwing that out there.
10 seconds.
Yeah, we're still going.
Chaos over there.
All right.
Dead.
Lava.
Oh, I gotta save him. Who's dying? Me.
Julie, you're in this.
Sorry for the collision.
Julie's dead.
All right. That's the end of round 2.
Your whole foot went in the lava.
I had the laser on me at the start.
No, it wasn't.
That's the end of round 2. Guardian, 3 players died again.
Okay.
You're still alive.
Keep it on par.
You're still alive, although I question your methods.
Consistency of service.
All right, so something quality quotas. All right, so hello.
Hi.
You turn a bonus island.
We are.
Who can knock me dead?
I don't know who's there.
If you tell me what team you are, I'll tell you.
Hey, ghosts, who's out there?
Ghosts get knocked in.
Ghosts can't talk.
You can ask for advice from this room. All you need to do is think about all the people who are in this room, and then imagine what team they're on. Then whatever is left over is who's out there.
So in other words, just make any guess.
Yeah.
Are you going back there? Nobody.
Who's out there?
We're not bringing
Who's
anybody
out
back.
there? Paul?
I was
Okay.
gonna say Rhonda's out there.
Paul's
And
out
that's
there.
it.
I said nobody.
We don't know what team you're on, so it doesn't matter.
The ghost would like to let you know that you should burn.
All right, Sally, where are you?
Meanwhile,
Is it game ghost?
you cannot share, you cannot move, but you can talk. You make deals.
Or you like red?
He said we can make deals.
Yeah.
They're just not buying
You just can't show.
Oh no, they're binding if you're on the same
If you
island.
tell me for real, if you show me for
So
real,
they can make a binding deal, but you
and you're
can't.
on my
Because no
team,
one's on the
obviously we'll work
We
together.
can still make a deal.
You can make handshake deals.
Move on to the next person. Yeah, because I know that
Can't move, go back.
I don't, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, not yet.
Now I feel like I'm going to show
Is that what it is? You have to stay there? Is it game? Are we going?
I will yell loudly when we're going.
What are we?
That's what the 3, 2, 1 means. And now the ghosts have decided to finally award a fireball bonus to you. The The ghosts have also decided that there are
dead
way
anyway.
too
His
many
whole foot
islands.
went in the lava.
He's a cheater.
The ghosts have also decided that there are too many islands.
Of course, yeah.
And so they're going to sink some.
They're gonna sink some. Alright, I'm going to
Islands will sink. And the third and final round
This one is dead.
begins in
It
5,
is dead.
This one is dead.
4,
Do not step here.
3,
That's what I'm saying.
2, 1. I'm sorry, we're really going to check something.
I'm looking. When island starts flashing, so I can save somebody.
Okay, that one is done.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
No, I don't have a team.
Dead!
Dead!
Oh my god!
Dead! Save it, Guardian saving you! Guardian is saving you! Oh, dead by vindictive, she kills you anyway.
Stuck over here, like no.
Indeed you are.
Oh, you guys see that?
I also
Because
said
they can just hang out here. They can't bother us.
Vindictive doesn't
What
count.
do I do?
For you,
Almost
No,
dead.
I'm just saying.
I'm already
Yeah.
dead. I'm dead. I'm already dead.
Are you sure? Alright, Karen goes down.
Oh, she's taking you with her.
Oh wait, I am vindictive. Yes. Yes.
Take somebody with you too.
Get Justin. Get Justin. Justin, you're out.
Vindictive is count against you. Vindictive is count against you.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm safe.
She doesn't kill
Well,
you.
you have to get into him.
She comes back.
Phoenix.
And now
You're
she's
Phoenix.
back on the team.
Comes back from the ash.
Yeah, right. There you go. Thank you. 30 seconds.
All right.
Final round.
Oh, now? Yeah, no.
Oh, we're still moving.
We're still going.
I'm sorry, I have to save somebody. Come on, Kevin's got the light.
15 seconds.
Might knock him off.
You're safe. You're safe. You're safe.
10 seconds.
They're not moving.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Go back to any island so you can traverse.
3, 2, 1, that's it!
So, so right now, choose your island from your hand.
All right. You're Phoenix?
Yeah, you must choose an island carefully.
Go back to an island, Phoenix.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well then, Guardian, that was 2 players dead. You are alive at the end of the game, which means that you win with the winning team, whatever team that is.
So,
All right, now,
burn.
who is the burn?
Burn.
Burn. Who killed you?
I did.
All right, let's find out what team you're on. She's on red team, which means you're on black team.
All right, that's 2 for black.
Now, let's see what happens. First, flip. That is a point for black team. That is a point for black team.
Black.
Flip. That is a point for red team.
There's only 2.
Black's got
Flip over both of you. That is a red and black player. Cancels out, no points.
So far, black is up.
Flip. That is a point for red team.
It's only 2. We got 3.
That is a black player and a red liar, which means this is a black island. That's a mad king worth 2 points.
Oh,
4-2. All black players win.
Yeah! Because since you were the Phoenix, you couldn't step on their island contested.
Yeah, you know.
Now you tell her.
She's back playing.
Oh. And your clicker.
Thank you.
Oh, fun. Were you black? There were black. I was guardian, so I was whatever team won.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a group photo. Group photo up
In
Central
here?
Island.
Oh, good. I'll get right back up here.
On the central, like, I don't think we can put on the
Well, get right since.
Get up here, Julie. Come up 11. Aaron, you come up 11.